Batman, Superman, World's Finest, issue number 3. Welcome to hell. Because we're doing a World's Finest book and it's kind of about the devil and stuff. Interesting. I didn't think it would do that, but here we are. And it's great. What a fun book. It is just classic. Classic World's Finest. Just the two characters that sell more comic books than anybody, just having a blast. That's what it is. And you get a real sense, I think in this issue in particular, that Mark Waid has a little bit more of a preference for Superman. I'm not saying that in a negative light, you just feel that Superman kind of solves more problems than the world's greatest detective, which is fine. I think that's kind of like the start of the book, when we think we're in hell, and one of them is just like, the man who killed your parents is here, Batman, and they just kind of like start freaking him out, and he starts screaming, getting tangled up in all these things, because of course he does. Like, this Batman looks a little more afraid than other versions, and that's okay. I know it's supposed to be like timeless and a younger story, but Billy Batson's still the same age that he would be when Dick Grayson is younger. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But Superman solves the problem. He hits one of the demons with a batarang after concentrating, and we learn it's Felix Faust, because of course Felix Faust couldn't just let them die in hell. He had to be there to witness it. So he turns Billy Batson back to normal, and they just come back to Metropolis, and everything's hunky-dory. It's all going great. But then Billy Batson's like, no, it's not. Everything's death. There's only death for you. Death awaits you all. So says the devil Nasa. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fun. More devil stuff. You see what I mean, though? Superman kind of solved the problem while Batman freaked out a little bit. Happens again in this book. I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm just pointing it out because, okay, I get it. I understand the need to. So as we see this little Billy's freaking out, we're like, hopefully the Doom Patrol could figure out what they're doing and save the day. Because secretly, for some reason, this is a Doom Patrol book too? Okay. Because we get a couple pages here where the Doom Patrol are headed to Switzerland looking for this old general of a war, General Immortus. And they're breaking in. They're fighting these troops. Everyone's having a good time. Once again, I will point out that Rita Farr is the best drawn character in this book. There is so much dedication to her that it looks amazing. I adore it. They find this General Immortus. He has amnesia and dementia, and he can't really talk or figure things out. He's just stuttering his words, unsure of anything. There is the recurring joke that the only thing he remembers is Monsieur Mala, and I'm like, that's good. That's some fun stuff I can get behind. But you see that they use Negative Man's thing to come and spook him, making the symbol of Nasta, and it kind of makes Mortis remember that thing. I know that thing, but he still has amnesia, so it's not really working. Just like a classic Doom Patrol book should. They don't get anywhere else. Everything kind of just goes the way it would. I kind of like that they just got winter jackets over top of their costumes that match the actual costume, and all they did for Robot Man was put a fur hood over top of his jacket. That's kind of cool. That's just really funny. Why do we not have an ongoing Doom Patrol book? I feel like there's so many writers. Maybe Mark Waid's not one of them. There's so many writers of this era, aside from Gerard Way, that would really do a good job or might want to tackle that world. It's amazing there isn't more people trying to explore Doom Patrol. But whatever. We cut to China because it's not just a World's Finest for our Batman and Superman. It's a World's Finest for our Robin and Supergirl, as they are in the ancient ruins of 1549 or something BC, fighting these people that are protecting the tomb of Nasa, and it's that's kind of cool. You see that they all kind of have powers based on the elements. There's Shui of water, there's Hui of the sun, Kongwei of the winds, and Dikwe of the earth. And okay, that's kind of fun. Cool characters. I like it. And you see Robin's yeah, I'm Robin, this is Supergirl. We're from the future. We're trying to fight this thing that you guys stopped once. How do you do it? Could you please just tell us so we can figure it out in the future? And they're maybe? It was complicated. It was a big fight. Led to a lot of bad stuff. We had to lock him in a door, and he kind of just left him in there. And you just see there's something that these guys aren't telling Robin about what they did. I'm assuming they just left him in there and didn't worry about it. He can't open the door, close the door. Just left him in there, just hoping he'd die eventually. Probably didn't. So that's fun. Just leaving the demon out there. we see that Batman and Superman are headed to help their friends because that's what they got to do now. Maybe if they could figure out why this Nasta guy's not attacking everybody, one-on-one, and then making it go through all these villains, they can figure some stuff out. They head to Central City because that's where Barry and Diana are fighting. We see Barry is in the cusp of fighting the Mirror Master, who's under the thrall of this devil. Superman tries to come in to help him, but Barry gets trapped in the mirror dimension and just shatters and leaves him there. This feels like an excuse for Dan Mora to draw everybody in the DC universe, doesn't it? Who hasn't he got yet? Aquaman? Has Aquaman not appeared in this book? It feels like every other major character has, including the Doom Patrol. Then we see that Batman tries to help Diana, but she is frozen by Dr. Alchemy. And once again, this is where I was like, okay, Superman solved every problem so far. He solves this one too. While he went to fight Mirror Master and stopped him, he also has to go stop Dr. Alchemy because Batman can't really win it. And I'm like, that's okay. Like, there's nothing explicitly wrong with that. But I could see as like a Batman fan, that's like 2-0 for Superman in this fight. He like saves him from like Felix, and now he saved him from Alchemy. It's interesting. We see Hal Jordan shows up. And he's just like, guys, I got you. Why don't you help me out? And you realize, Hal Jordan's actually being controlled by the devil, and he locks them in a green cage. But Batman is holding a yellow rock, so I don't know. Cool, I guess. Again, an excuse for Dan Mora to draw Green Lantern. Beautiful splash page with him. Looks fantastic. Batman tries to call Alfred, and that's where we learn that at the end of the book, Alfred is under the thralls of the devil Naza, and this is where he's kind of been the whole time, manipulating everybody around our world's finest. Fun story. It's kind of cool just to pick like a character that's not like one of the big ones for them to fight in this book, because you could easily pick like a mainstay villain for Batman or for Superman that they have to team up to fight. A couple of books have done that before, but I just kind of like that this is where it's going. Just doing its own thing. Here's a devil that they have to fight. Kind of silly, kind of fun. Once again, you just see the Dan Mora and Tamara Bond villain make a perfect combination of some of the best art and coloring you've seen. It's just an insanely fun book. It's classic, it's campy, it's silly. It's doing everything right. Devils and magic and cool characters and cool designs. You can't hate this. Might not be your cup of tea, but you can't walk away and say it's bad. It's written perfectly. The characters all act the way they should. Just the coolest characters in comics fighting a weird devil dude. Some of them in the past, some of them in a mountain. Some of them turned to clay, which is kind of ironic now that I think about it, because Wonder Woman is sculpted from clay in some timelines, but whatever. Very fun stuff. I'm digging it. I really like what this book does, and this is a great issue to prove that. So, Batman, Superman, World's Finest, issue number 3, I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.